Hello, awesome artists. Today we are going to be making a fall picture that is inspired by the artist Vincent van Gogh. Now, you may not realize who Vincent van Gogh is just by hearing his name, but if you saw his work, I know you would. Starry Night is one of his most famous pictures. It's the nighttime picture that has the stars and the moon in the sky, and there's lots of kind of swirls and lines around them. That's what he was really known for, was his beautiful line work within his painting. He created lots of texture and movement through creating these lines in the paint. And we're going to do a picture that is inspired by Van Gogh. Now, I'm going to start by drawing some leaves. Now, if you're thinking, Mr. E, I don't know how to draw leaves. Yes, you do. I know you're going to do it, and you're going to do an awesome job at it. An easy leaf for everybody to draw is an oval. All right, there are leaves out there that are oval shaped. And then I'll just put a line going through. And I'm going to put a few veins. Then Mr. E likes to turn his paper slightly so that the leaves aren't all going the same direction. I'm going to start by making a curve like I'm going to do another oval, but instead of doing another rounded side, I'm going to come to a point. And that makes kind of like a teardrop or water drop shape. So I put the line through the middle, put some veins. Now we're making our leaves blowing through the air, so we want them to go every which way. Here, I'm going to make a sad face. Boo-hoo. And then I'm going to make a happy face. Yay! And that makes this nice football-shaped leaf. It's also kind of the shape that we use for eyes. Turn my paper again. Here, I am going to make a heart. I love fall. No, that's not why I'm making a heart. Heart is another good shape for a leaf. Put some lines for the veins. Turn my paper again. Now, my favorite leaf to make, I call the jumping gingerbread man. It's really an oak leaf. There's the gingerbread man's head. There's an arm. There's an arm. There's an arm. Or, I'm sorry, that's not an arm. That's a leg. And here's a leg. So he's doing the splits. Well, you draw the line, make the veins, and there you got a nice oak leaf. Now, I've got 5 leaves on there, but this space is kind of empty. I'm going to put a smaller leaf up here. Not too big. It just felt like it needed something. So when you look at your picture, if you feel like there's a space that needs a little bit more work, then you can go ahead and add another leaf. Now, you can use markers, color pencils, or crayons on your work, okay? But we're going to use fall colors on our leaves. Now, to be like Van Gogh, we're going to use lines. We're going to use lots of little lines. So I'm going to add my lines in. And I want to follow the shape of my leaf. It wouldn't make sense to make lines going horizontally across my paper. I'm going to make my lines following the shape of my leaf. So once I put a bunch of lines in with the yellow, I'm going to get a light green. Now we don't want to use a dark green because usually leaves that are dark green haven't fallen off the tree yet, right? So we're going to stick with kind of fallish colors. So I'm not going to put a lot of light green into it. I'm going to put some, not a lot. I'm going to leave most of it yellow. And you can always go back into your picture and add more lines if you feel it is a little empty. There are going to be some white spots in your picture, but you don't want to have a ton of white spots in your picture, okay? And then you just keep doing that with all of your leaves. And then once you've done all of your leaves, you're going to work on the sky. Now we want our sky to have movement, like Van Gogh's artwork. So I'm going to use kind of dashed lines here, and I'm going to make a wavy line across my paper. I'm going to make one towards the top, one down towards the bottom, and one on this side too. Now, this is my baseline. This is what I'm going to use to add all my other lines onto. All right? We wouldn't want to make just straight lines because that'd be boring. So I'm going to add some more of my lines, and I'm going to follow the curve of that first one that I created. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, I like to use different kind of blues. I don't have a lot of different blues in my markers. I do have a light blue, but I can switch over to my crayons, and it's okay to switch over to your crayons. It doesn't hurt anything to use markers and crayons together. And I'm going to add some blue. And I'm just going to keep building and building and building up the background until I get my picture all the way finished. And this is what it will look like when it's done. Isn't that cool? It feels like it's moving, like the leaves are blowing through the air. I think Van Gogh would approve. Happy creating, guys, and happy fall, y'all.